this computer. That picture of Dana is so lifelike that I feel like she's staring at me.
I know. I said, hey, movie star.
Okay.
There she is.
You got your work apron on, Dana, huh?
Yes. Here, let me show you what I'm doing. This is what it's just. Oh. Can you see it?
We can
Go
see
down
the
a little
corner
bit.
of it. Yellow.
Oh my God.
Is that
It's
fabric or handmade paper?
There it is. It's fabric. Can you guys see that? I don't even know what I'm.
Yeah.
It's fabric and
Yeah,
canvas.
yeah. Yes.
It's stitching. I just got finished attaching this thing right here to the canvas, and I'm waiting for it to dry. And then I'll do some more sewing on it, and then I think that one will be finished. Thank God.
How did you attach it?
A combination of glue and stitching it on with embroidery thread.
Okay.
I figured out the first one that I did, oh my gosh, it's been like 3 years now, which is hanging in my living room. I realized after a little while, after it hung there, that the stitching wasn't really enough. It was starting to kind of sag a little bit. So I took it off the wall and brought it back down here and glued it and added some more stuff to it. And I found that that works really well. So, because the canvas is heavy because it's got all that gold paint on it. So it does kind of sag a bit, but
Gotcha.
progress. Yay.
And does it looked like it had gold embroidery as well? Are you using gold thread?
I'm using gold thread and a variety of matte threads. And that was my, let me see. It's hard for me to tell because I can't see what you guys can see. All of the little stitchings there are little, they're little glyphs that I created. Like I created my own language so I could tell my story. It's the story of me, because me. So I'm gonna work on that and see if I can't add some more characters to it so I can do more. I need to tell more. I'm not done yet.
Are you working on, it sounds like you're working on multiple panels?
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that I'm doing right now.
Wow.
And it works better that way because then when something's drying or you get stuck on something, you can move to another one because getting stuck is a real thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I saw somebody painting a gold picket fence this morning, and it was
What?
gold paint.
That's cool.
It was very eye-catching because, you know, you've seen a million white ones, a few colored ones, and then there's this just regular picket fence, and it's bright gold.
I love that. Like metallic gold, right?
Yeah.
Does it sparkle? I was going to ask the same thing.
No, it's just like a
It's so Portland.
yeah, look a little but definitely is a little Portlandy. and being in Selwood, so it had to be gold and not just, you know, paint.
Where is it in Selwood? What do you remember what street it was on?
No, because I went over with Kate to pick up some plants, and I of course don't know that area, so I took the scenic route and then had to go back and pick up more plants because we forgot a couple and saw it again. But I'm like, oh, okay. So I couldn't get you there. Somewhere between kind of near the golf course, but that doesn't really tell you anything.
Yeah, I'll, you know what? Sometimes I go home that way. It
was Westmoreland, 15th and off the by being 15th, we'll get you relatively close.
Okay.
Mary,
You
isn't
put in
it
Google gold.
Isn't it a little late to be buying plants? It's
What's that?
September. Isn't
Oh,
it
that's
a
a good
little bit late in the season to be buying plants?
No, I found on it. I don't know what I was doing and how this happened, but I the other night found a woman who was sort of, you know, decrowding her garden, and she's done this several years, and oh my God, it was so much fun. But we went online, and I'm like, Kate has to see this. So I sent her the link last night, and I think she bought one of everything. And then we met over there and picked them up this morning. And
So are these, you're going to stick them in the ground now?
yeah.
Hey, I have a question for you. So I rescued a battered, broken hydrangea from Albertsons back in March or April. And I divided it because it looked sick. And then I stuck the healthier portion in a pot, and now it's huge. I mean, I've never had such luck with the hydrangea. So when should it's big, it's not going to stay in the pot forever. When should I stick it in the ground?
You can do it now.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah. What kind is it? Do you know?
Oh, no, I
The
don't.
regular with the big balls, or is it like lace cap, or?
It's not a big ball. It must be a lace cap because it's a half dome of flower. I have the big balls in my backyard in the ground. It has really, really big leaves, really big leathery leaves. It's definitely not the same as my other hydrangea, but I mean, I'm kind of worried. Go ahead.
The lace cap looks like a Queen Anne's lace with a singular, like there's little buds. It's very, very delicate and pretty, but it's a flat, the size of the ball, where the ball would be, it's like if you cut it off and it's just that flat surface with a couple little flowers around. They're very pretty.
No, it's not one of those then. It's kind of like it's like a dome of flowers.
Astrid, are you
I don't know.
Googling hydrangea?
What's that?
Astrid just looks like she's Googling hydrangea.
I'm just like, what's the, yeah, that's like exactly like, what the, I mean, I know we've got one, but what the hell is the difference between the lace cap and the other kind? I'm like,
the way you guys are describing it, I can't even really bring an image to my mind.
I know, me neither. Thank
It's a
you.
funny thing.
That was my Googling face.
think of as Kate described it this morning, think of old lady plants, like what your grandmother would have in her yard, and you'll come up with an image. But yeah, send me a picture, Dana, and I'll see if
Okay, I'll do that when I get home.
Send us all a picture, please. No, I want to know.
Okay, everybody will get a picture.
I
I'm afraid I don't think I'm going to be able to put it in the ground for a little bit longer because the ground is like cement. I mean, it is hard as a rock. I may have to wait until November. Is that too late?
you might want to, if you're gonna wait that long, I would probably just keep it in the pot.
Okay.
It'll
Over the
do
winter.
fine. I mean, if it's done fine throughout the summer, then it probably.
I'm surprised that it survived. I mean, the thing was literally like at the checkout right next to the flower area for $5.99. And I was like, oh, that's sad. I'm going to take that. And it's like almost 10 times the size that it was when I picked it up. It's very happy. I don't want to kill it. I'm good at that.
Well, if whatever you've done obviously is working. So.
I didn't do anything. I just put it in the sun and I squirted it with the hose.
Benign neglect. Sounds about right.
Yep. Darwinian gardener, do your thing, and if not, you'll get replaced.
Darwinian gardener. I like that.
Awesome.
We have such big fir trees that it's hard to find the right spot of like sun shade. The trees are just massive and they take up everything. And if you don't like acidic ground, then you're not going to like our yard because of all the needles that fall.
Azaleas and blueberries.
Oh, right. Yeah, we do have an azalea bush in the front yard that I neglect regularly as well. It's kind of, I can't really see it. So if I can't see it, then whatever.
Well, you can put a blueberry in, and all you have to do is water it.
That's a good idea. Maybe
they like acidic soil.
I should do that next year because I can think of a spot along the fence that would be great for that. And I do love blueberries.
Who doesn't?
Right?
Weird people.
Weird people. People we don't talk about.
So you had
So
a
it
great
was-
time at Virginia Beach.
I had a great time at the beach. Yeah.
Did you stay in a house or in a hotel or?
Yeah, we rented a 2-bedroom condo, and the beach was, I mean, you could tell, I'd never been to Virginia Beach, and you can tell it's very touristy, and just, it's like a 3-mile boardwalk down a beautiful beach. And you can tell it's usually packed, but it was pretty empty. So,
Really?
yeah, we were
That's
a block from the
great.
beach, and we just went out, around 9 a.m., put our stuff down, and then we were close enough you could kind of go home, eat lunch, come back out.
Oh,
Waves
that's
were
great.
great. Yeah, so read on the beach. Managed somehow not to get too sunburned, so that's that's always
Well
good for
done.
me.
You do look like you got some color though.
A little bit, yeah. So
Did you
it
do
was
anything
great.
else around the area or did you just hang out on the beach?
We just went, it was a beach, yeah. Just
Oh.
That's nice.
yeah.
Nice.
I read 4 books, so
Holy
that's
smokes. Wow.
book a day, just sitting there.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really,
That's
really
heavenly.
nice. And we played a lot of cards and Yahtzee, rediscovered Yahtzee, those kinds of things. So it was fun.
Oh my gosh.
And was this the gang
Fun.
this week, Astrid?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
There was a day when it was just Dana and I.
That was entertaining.
That was entertaining.
Well, I haven't listened to the video yet. I know you sent them to me, Astrid, but I haven't looked at them.
Yeah, I think it's about, 28 minutes banter and 2 minutes meditation.
Right.
For one of them.
I did. I happened to look at the clock yesterday, and it was just like, wait a minute, it's already. How much time do we take? Yeah.
But nice if we know Kate's listening to it in the background and, when she's sewing or whatever.
And she did say this morning when I had a nice visit afterward, and she said that she loves listening to the banter, and so laughs almost as much as we do, I think. So,
Or so she tells us because she's
Or so
kind
she
and gracious.
exactly. Well, there you go. There you go. It is Kate.
It's Kate. She's kind and gracious that way.
Yes.
She's like fast forward, fast forward.
Yeah, you can listen to podcasts on double speed so that they're twice as fast. Do you know that you can do that?
Oh.
Yes.
I was actually telling Kate this morning about, we were talking about school, and my daughter had a couple of classes where the professor was so unorganized, and not only did they speak slowly, but for 58 minutes it was, oh wait, did I put that in? And where was, oh God, I can't remember.
Oh my God.
No editing of an entire lecture.
That's slack.
That was pre-recorded?
Oh my God.
All of them are pre-recorded and
Oh,
not
for fuck's sake.
edited.
Oh,
So it's
for
like
fuck's sake.
Abby would come up just fuming, and she'd be like, listen to this, Mom. And it wasn't even on, I don't know, double or triple speed. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't even like Mickey Mouse. It
That's
almost
terrible.
sounded like a normal person, and that was at,
Oh.
sped up considerably.
Get your shit together, professor.
All right.
Seriously.
I know.
Yeah, what else do you have to do? This is your job. Teach people and be organized.
Wow.
That irritates the shit out of me.
Right.
Yeah. All these poor teachers and professors who were never taught how to be entertaining online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
but
just even know how to deliver well.
Right.
Right? It's
I
like,
know.
oh my God.
She also shared a story, which really is probably hers to share, but I will share because she's not here, about classes online. And apparently there was a student, I believe in Portland Public, I can't quite remember that detail, but who decided that it was a good idea just to bring out their giant bong and light up while class was going.
And clearly on video.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. And audio. So
What was the point of doing that?
Science, performance. I
because
don't
they
know.
can.
Performance.
Because they can. And I think the lesson in that, actually the funniest part of that was that the teacher didn't know what to do and ended class.
Oh.
It's just
Coward.
I'm like,
you can kind of imagine that. You do wonder how much, students of any age are kind of playing with the Zoom thing, like trying to do funny things, seeing if they'll get caught or, what kind of attention but I can imagine being a teacher in that situation. Like, what do you do?
well,
Put the bong away.
younger kids, and how do you get them?
Give them a warning. Turn the video
mom
off.
the shit out of that.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, or you get a warning, right? Like for a violation of the dress code or whatever. And then you toss them out and say, and now you're, I'm marking you absent. I mean, they actually have tools.
Well, in one of the classes that I've been interpreting for the teacher, and the rules in that state are that the students have to log in at a certain site, not on the school site, but a certain site, and that will mark them as attending. But they only have to be there for 5 minutes. There's no requirement about like checking in throughout the class to make sure they actually attended. 5 minutes, and then they can clock out and be counted as present. All of the classes are recorded so that if they miss class, they can hear it. So you know what? How many kids are actually going to be showing up and staying? The teacher doesn't have, like, the moderator for this Zoom, because this is through, I think, Google Classroom or
Google Classroom,
something.
yeah.
And so they can only mute themselves. The teacher can't mute other people.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Or they can mute them, but they can't unmute them, I think. So they can talk to each other. They can, chat with each other and be, but everybody will see it, but still, I mean, it's like, really? They can figure out other things, but you can't figure that one out?
Wow, that must be really difficult. I mean, really difficult to navigate.
Well, I would think for the younger classes and having to herd the cats, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
For middle school and up, it's a lot of behavior, but the little ones, it's like, oh, Johnny, get out of your pajamas and.
Yeah.
Astrid,
is your daughter back? Did she start this week, or?
She starts officially on Tuesday. At our school, we take the first few days, because it typically starts on a Wednesday. And so our school actually does parent-teacher conferences at the beginning of the year. So it's a whole level set, and they meet with the student. So we met her, and this is our first year where she's going to be moving through classes to different teachers. So we met her homeroom teacher. And then she got a few more days of grace. And then on Tuesday, it's all.
They start on Tuesday, yeah.
Wow.
And we have, PPS, I think, there's rules about attendance. I think at MLC, the way they do it at our middle school, the school she attends, over the course of a 24-hour period, for each of your subjects, you have to done at least one of attended a live session, done some group work in a group session, handed in an assignment. There's like 3 or 4 or attended an office hour. So there's 4 or 5 ways they can meet their attendance requirement, but they have to do it for each subject.
Right. My gosh, the logistics.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Well, next we introduce somebody who may not have internet, which, yes, they are all supposed to have access with Chromebooks or whatever. And you have somebody maybe whose parents are not in the home because they have to go to work, not familiar with whatever technology is being used, and the kid is 7.
Yeah, I don't know how parents of younger kids do it. I think PPS, I think they have distinguished themselves among school districts for solving the digital divide problem.
Oh, really?
They worked exceedingly hard, both in the first phase in the spring, to get a Chromebook into every household that needed it.
Yeah.
And then they worked with the internet providers to create access.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I mean, it's truly amazing. I mean, you don't hear me raving about the school district often, but they solved for that really effectively, and they also solved for the food, breakfast and lunch access.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
That's the other shocking thing,
big
right? Like
job.
how many families rely on school lunch programs as an integral part of their meal strategy in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
mind-boggling. So PPS is doing food distribution, I think, at 35 schools. And if you're in the program,
So is that like a PPS Meals on Wheels or something?
yeah, I don't know that they do Meals on Wheels. I think you have to go and pick it up, but you can pick up however
like
many.
the backpack program.
Yeah.
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 I'm really impressed with the Wi-Fi. I mean, that they can get internet providers to do that because they're the biggest assholes around. I mean,
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm sure the school district is paying Comcast or something, but I don't know how they did it, but they did it. It's pretty amazing.
wow.
And the
Because I
other
mean,
thing they did is it's just a little thing, but it just sort of warmed my heart. There was I got a notification from our school lunch provider, right? Like there's like a little payment provider thing that all families sign up for. And we have a balance sitting there, right? Well, Freya's not going to be eating lunch at school in the foreseeable future. And they made it easy with one click to donate your balance to another student who needed it.
Mm-hmm.
that's great.
Wow.
That was just genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so they've done some good things, but still, I think I was kind of shocked when we talked to our homeroom teacher. Like, honestly, guys, you've had all summer, right? And she's like, yeah, we haven't really figured out how to manage all the different platforms. So I'm like, oh my God, it's been 3 months.
Well, I guess as teachers, they're supposed to have that time off. So
I know, and it's not them, right? It's the unions. But it's like, come on, we're all in this together. It's like the parents have had to figure out how to find a solution, right? Like it's nice that it's your summer. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I get it.
Well, we'll look forward to hearing how she does.
Oh my God, I will have. Yeah. She's just discovered that I now have the power on my iPhone to turn off the wireless to her device.
Oh, I bet she wasn't happy about that.
She was kind of incredulous. She's like, wait, you didn't have just because I was slow in cleaning up my room, you didn't have to turn off my wireless. And I'm like, so you figured that out? It's like a gap.
Did you give her a warning at all, or was it?
I did. I said, I actually need you to do the things I asked you to do before you continue playing with your friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She can still talk with them on FaceTime over cell, right? But she can't be running her multi-user game in Roblox.
Right.
So sad. Yeah, like new parenting tools. Who knew?
Well, you can't really threaten her with that once she starts school, because they're all going to have the excuse of, oh, I need to be online.
Well, what we have done though is we've set her up with a schoolroom that's on the same level as my office.
Mm-hmm.
So I can sort of have half an ear out to what she's actually doing, right?
Yeah.
And I can be ready and available.
I can see your screen.
Right. Well, that's next, actually. We could actually install screen mirroring.
Exactly. Yeah.
I always hate those kind of surveillance methods, though, to kids on the internet. I really hate it. I don't, I want her to make good choices by herself.
Right.
And also, she's 12.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we've done it again. It's 2:23.
I know. Okay, let's get going.